What's going on, guys? I just want to talk a little bit today about testosterone and your first cycle. I by no means condone the use of any illegal substances by any means. This is purely for educational purposes only. And I wanted to talk a little bit about testosterone. Now, there are many different types of AAS, anabolic androgenic steroids, IPEDs, some people call them, image and performance enhancing drugs. I want to be clear here that this is strictly about testosterone and a beginner cycle and why you may or may not want to decide to experiment with or jump on gear, as it's called, another nickname for anabolic androgenic steroids. So, first and foremost, they do not shrink your dick. Secondly, they do shrink your testicles slightly, but that's just part of what happens. Now, I don't recommend anybody under the age of 25 to even think about using these. Now, maybe 23, 22, but only if you are full and willing in your heart that you do not want to have kids, because it could definitely mess with the efficacy of your fertility. But you can reverse the effects through other things, and I cover that in another video another day. But I just want to be completely honest, because a lot of people out there will lie and say, oh, well, I don't do this or I don't do that. Well, they're full of shit, and that's a problem, because if we don't open up and start educating the younger group of people that are coming up, they're just going to do whatever and fuck their bodies up. Because I hate to tell you, but this is the truth. We are on the forefront of a steroid epidemic in America. In the world, pretty much. I mean, really in America, though. Especially with these younger fitness influencers. There's no way you can look the way that they look without these steroids, without using these supplements. But I'm here to talk with you today about first cycles. And a beginner cycle may look like, 8 to 16 weeks of testosterone enantiate or cypionate or propionate. Now, you can add on some anadrol or dianabol in the front end, but that's them type of orals for bulking. They're garbage. They're just mainly water weight. They cause bloat, moon face. You're not going to get what you want out of them, and it won't stick. So, for the sake of the first cycle, you should really only stick to testosterone, roughly 500 milligrams a week. Now, if you do decide to do that, you do want to make sure that you have, a 22 gauge 1-inch Luerlock syringe, possibly 20 gauge. They're a little bit bigger, but 22 seems to work best. They're intramuscular shots. We all know this. Cypionate is a little bit of a longer ester than enantiate, but typically every fourth day you would want to use your shot. Now, which would be, 1 mil, 250 milligram vials with 10 mils. Your first cycle now, you can expect to put on, depending on your genetics and your diet, 15 to 30 pounds of muscle if you do it right. But you have to make sure that you're locked in, and you should always build a base first before you even think about touching anabolics. You want to make sure that you have a base built and that you have at least a year, a good solid year in of lifting and understanding what your body's capable of. you have to have a foundation. I mean, you don't, but you really should, because you don't even know what you're genetically capable of. And now, to hop on gear now, that's something you don't do until you reach your full genetic potential. Or, I mean, you'll never really understand what you're truly capable of naturally, and that's kind of a waste, if you ask me, you know. But everybody responds differently. I mean, a beginning dose of testosterone is not really going to cause major side effects. I mean, there is such a thing as gynecomastia, and you can aromatize, and what that means is when you put so much testosterone in your body, right? You put so much testosterone in your body, your estrogen is going to rise with it. And when you stop supplementing that testosterone, it drops and your estrogen stays up. And sometimes when this happens, you aromatize and you can create breast tissue. It creates extra breast tissue around the nipple area. And certain people, it hasn't done it for me, you know, but and you want to avoid that by making sure you have the right ancillaries in place, meaning PCT, post-cycle therapy, on-cycle therapy, Arimidex, anastrozole, things of that nature. Anti-estrogens, you're going to need these things on hand because you never know how you're going to react. Typically, you're not going to see a reaction to 500 milligrams a week, but when you stop, you will more than likely need some PCT. I never stopped. I'm on and off constantly. It doesn't matter, you know. That's called blasting and cruising. But I also have a child. I also made a choice, and I also know what I got myself into by doing plenty of research beforehand. TRT is a thing. You can go to a doctor when you're over 25 and say, look, doc, I want to get on testosterone. He's going to put you on it, more than likely, especially if you have insurance or money, whatever you pay him, he's going to put you on it. But I'm getting off topic here. We're talking about a first cycle. Let's say you've been training and you want to put on some mass and you want to drop some body fat. The best first beginner cycle is a standard testosterone cycle. If you go prop, you're going to have every other day shots of about 100 milligrams. If you go E, you're going to, enantiate, you're going to have every 5th day. You go cypionate, you're going to have every 4th day from the shot. Sustanon, that is built up of, that's testosterone made up of 4 different esters, right? And they all have different half-lives. Even with Sustanon, the way that it releases, a lot of folks, they go every 4th or 5th day with that, but you can go up to 21 days before you really start to drop, you know, after you build your testosterone blood levels up. But first cycle's here, okay? 8 to 12 weeks, anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds of muscle mass, give or take. It's not a joke. You will drop body fat too. But this is under consistency that you understand, you know, push-pull legs. You understand how to go through a routine. You understand in the gym. You understand how lifting works and how your body responds. Fast twitch, slow twitch, getting a good squeeze, and understanding that you're not in the gym doing a bunch of junk work, okay? You understand how to lift, what you need to do, and where you're going with that. Once you understand the fundamentals, then you can take full advantage of something like this. And really put on some, you know, good size and lose some body fat in the process. Now, we're only talking about a first cycle. This is somebody who's never done anabolics before. And I'll tell you this, there's absolutely nothing like your very first cycle with anything. Your body will never respond the way that it's going to respond to the first cycle. So do not, I repeat, do not waste your potential. Do your research and understand that you must have your diet locked in to take full advantage. I've seen people put over 30 pounds on their first cycle. You know, I've seen it. I did it. I almost put up fucking 40 plus pounds on. You know, So, with that being said, I just wanted to cover the basis here with the first cycle. Yeah, that's where we're at with it, and just make sure that you do your research and understand what you're getting yourself into. I will be posting some more videos about different things, different substances, different stacks, different combinations, and the who, what's, where's, why's, when's, and how's of these things. Give me a like and subscribe below, and we'll go from there. Thank you.